Assalamualaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello guys, welcome to the DAR Education Project video tutorial series for the Ruby programming. And in this session number 17, we are going to learn how to create a shortcut method for the getter and setter. And in the last episode of this Ruby programming, we learned how to initialize the class with the definitions of initialization methods, and create a setter method and use a getter method. But this is very difficult method. If for example, if we are going to display or 4 to 5 variables, then for every variable we need 3 lines of code, so it means that our code will be more lengthier. So we are going to create a shortcut method for getter and setter in the Ruby programming. Shortcut method, a shortcut we can say getter setter. And here we are going to create a student class, and in this student class we will use 4 variables: student name, age, address, and marks. And for this thing we will use the attribute writer and attribute writer, and after that you will use 2 colons, and then use s name, then use comma, then use 2 colons, s age, comma, s address, comma, and semicolon, or s marks. And don't need to insert the 2 colons after the end of the lines is here. So similarly we will use attribute reader to read the values for s name, comma, s age, comma, s address, check the spelling, s marks here. These 2 lines will act for the getter and the setters things. If you want to use any kind of commands, then use $ and display the setter example, getter, and you and see that the setter. Now we will create the object of the student, and for example this is the student1 is equal to student class dot new. This will create the new object of the student class, and then we will use student1 dot s name is equal to Saifullah. And just to check that, we use puts command and student1 dot s name. Now we will run this program to check whether our program is running or not. So student1, we are missing something. Okay, we have spelling mistake. Student, we are missing student1. So we need to run this program again, and you can see that the name was displayed here successfully. So we can we apply the same thing for the other variable. S age is equal to 34, student1 dot s address is equal to 34. Remember that this method will be reduced more if in the few seconds you will see that how we reduce this getter and setter. But this is a fantastic method to reduce number of lines of coding in the Ruby programming. S age, put student1 dot s address, puts student1 dot s marks. Okay, now we will execute this program once again. Run, and you can see that all the data was successfully shown as it was. We are using the this methods just like that to get the values and then display the values. So you can get rid of all these things. And now for example I am going to commit these 2 lines and use a single line, and for what that thing we will do attribute accessor we will use rather than attribute writer or reader. Just to use s name, comma, s age, comma, s address, comma, and s marks here. Okay. Now we will execute this program once again. I think we are missing s marks, spelling mistake. Now execute this one once again. So you can see that there is nothing changed. Either we use attribute 2 lines of code, or either we use a single line of code for getter setter that was attribute accessor. So I hope you can understand this thing very well. This is very useful code for to getting the values and setting the values in the Ruby programming. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Please subscribe our channel for further videos. Allah Hafiz.